What's going on, you beautiful humans? Extremely confident. Those are the words I'm choosing to use to describe Warp. We're going to talk about who they are, what they're about, the team, the partnerships they got. Yes, with Avalanche is one of them. Guys, I'm super excited for this team. I'm so confident about them. I'm putting forth some of my own money to buy 2 of these nodes to use as giveaways for you guys. Anybody who is jumping in using that code to get in on this. Now, I have all the chapters down below, okay? But I'm first going to jump into the node sale because you guys like to have that information up front. Then we're going to talk about the team. We're going to talk about what Warp is, the tokenomics, the node licenses, what we can expect for possible earnings, okay? Now tell me this, how many projects out there are giving you actual numbers like this saying, your rewards that you can expect to earn per month, okay? So couple things that have me crazy excited. First off, only 3,000 licenses, okay? These guys are keeping it small. Their reasoning being is they really want to give back to the community and the folks who jump in and put some investment into this early, and they want to make sure they are taken care of. One way is to make sure that the node licenses are small, okay? So the pro license is just $500. If you get 5 of those, you can bump it up to a syndicate, or you can buy an enterprise for 5,000, okay? Now the earnings are actually going to be the same, okay? So how many folks out there are actually telling you $400 a month in Warp, $240 a month? If you do the math, obviously, we're talking about a year that you're going to be getting a return on that. We have a 21% of the total supply, okay? 5 billion is going to be the max supply. 3-month cliff, 36-month vesting. We'll go into more of those tokenomics here soon. And of course, some of those partnerships, Avalanche, Aether. This is the part that has me crazy excited, is they're going to have 20% of the profit for the publisher are going to be deployed for validators, 20% for token burns and buybacks. We'll talk about that in the white paper here shortly. Now, if you grab one of these right now using the link down below, which is a Google document, we'll talk about that in a second, you're actually going to be able to get a no vesting airdrop of Warp, okay? And this is going to close out August 15th, because if you go to the Twitter, or you look at Avalanche's Twitter that they've reposted some of this, 31st of August is when the node sale is going to launch on the Ava marketplace, the Avalanche marketplace. But right now, through me, you can go ahead and through that Google document, you can go ahead and actually purchase them today. And like I said, you'll be entered into winning one of those 2 licenses, and you'll get one of those airdrops. Now, Google Doc, okay, right? Sketchy, little weird, whatever, right? Because, you don't want, anybody can make this, right? Including myself, make this and screw over everybody, okay? One, I'm not, most people know me by this point, but I'm going to make sure that we tweet this out and I get Warp Gaming to go ahead and retweet me too, or, post on there that, yes, this is the correct link and it's safe for our community. When you go to the link, you're going to have to put in, my name and the referral code. If you do not, the transaction will just get reimbursed and kicked back to you. And then however you want them to be able to contact you, Telegram or your X handle. Now, when you click next, it'll go ahead and ask you how many of the pro nodes you're looking for, the syndicate nodes or the enterprise nodes. I'm a degen and I believe in this team. I've met with them numerous times. I'm super excited about it. So I'm definitely going to be grabbing an enterprise node because I want to be one of just 250 people or less if somebody buys more than one, I guess, that have the enterprise nodes. What's really cool about these, with the whole max rewards, you're going to have the same, base rewards. But some of the really cool things with this is some of your access to things on the Warp Launchpad. So let's say you see one of these 5 games that's going to be launched in 2025 you really like, and they have maybe some NFT launches or some other things. You're going to actually be able to be, the whitelist or the initial folks in that. Your wallet address, obviously, you're going to put that in there, right, that you're sending the money from. And then this is going to be their deposit for the pre-sale funds. Avalanche or Ethereum, USDT or USDC, and then you click submit. Okay. Make sure you jump into my Discord so we can chat as well. If you have any other like questions after the end of this video when I go through everything, definitely jump in there. This team is very easy to talk to, and they're just superb team. Now let's talk about who they are. Okay, so this team has 300 years combined gaming industry experience, 150 years combined studio publisher leadership experience, which is what Warp is. Okay, Warp is going to be a game publishing studio. Okay, they already have 5 games lined up. They're going to be launching by end of Q4 2025. So at the end of the year, 1 billion game units, so 3 billion players, in all those different games, 200 major title launches, big studios. If you look at their website, you can look through all the different team members here and really get in deep with just all the expertise, the veterans they have on the background. And really just kind of break through all the different, games and the studios that they have. I mean, it's a massive grouping. And really what's really cool is how it's going to be super seamless for any kind of Web 2 gaming and Web 2 gamers to, onboard and play through. So, a couple things. First off, like I said, they're partnered with Avalanche. Okay, utilizing Avalanche to build on. This is a layer 1. The warp chain that they have built is a layer 1. They've already done testing with it. Sub-second finality, transaction speeds of 4,500. They're going to have custom fee structures, game-specific consensus rules, cost-effective operations. Really, these cost-effective stuff is going to be lowering the price of game developers getting out there by 40%. Okay, some of the ways they're doing that with the game developers and stuff is with their Warp Catalyst. It's basically they have a whole suite of AI aspects as well. So not only do they have like the NFT Launchpad Marketplace, all the token stuff that they have for it, token bridging. What they have is they have these really cool AI systems where game developers can actually submit a whole bunch of different information or their game design with the economy, the NFTs, different things, and it will like simulate the economy based on X number of players, based on X number of revenue or, funds coming in from this place or that place. So really cool for the game developers. Now let's talk a little bit about the token. I really love that it is stated here, a token backed by a business, not a business backed by a token. Okay. So really Warp is the fuel, unit for validations, transactions, rewards for all the network validators, the ecosystem's contributors, okay? And then the vehicle that the company can use to invest and acquire quality games, okay? Like I said here, this is what I am the most excited about, okay? Up to 20% of company profit to validators, up to 20% of company profit to token buybacks, okay? What companies out there have you seen that are agreeing to this upfront to put this type of revenue and profit sharing back into the token like it should be? We've all been a part of different projects so far, and this is absolutely where it should be going, right? So very excited that they are committing to this with a 5 billion max max cap there. They go through, the revenue distribution here. And then what's extremely cool about this, which you don't see with many of these projects, is the revenue projections, right? They are sharing it all with us. So what they are claiming here is about 10 to 20% success rate for games, okay, out there. And they're factoring in a conservative for all these estimations. So they're going to say a 10% success rate. Like I said, they're already looking for 5 games being published by the end of 2025. They have ambitions that by Q1 2026, they will be revenue positive, okay? So average success rate, 10%. Average revenue for a successful game is about $100,000 a month. Average revenue share is about 25%. What that is with publishers and stuff. So that can be even as high as 50% with revenue share, depending if somebody's really utilizing Warp to help make their game quality and really help them build with the economy and everything else. So their estimated EBITDA, which is basically their estimated income before taxes and other stuff, they're going to say about 30%, okay, which is reasonable. So revenue projections here. So if you look at Q4 2025, 26, 27, 28, 29, they give some estimate conservative revenue. I really like, guys, that they are not going crazy moonshot stating that they're going to be making hundreds of millions of dollars immediately, blah, 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 blah. They're talking about these sorts of income, okay, initially, and that they want to share that with the folks who are willing and wanting to jump in with these nodes by putting, like I said, 20% revenue share straight back to the validators, period. Not to mention any kind of token buybacks, burns, anything else they do. Some of the stuff that they're estimating is they're estimating a launch FTV of 37.5 million is where they're looking at. And then for your teams and advisors, they have a 12-month cliff before they start to get a 3-year vesting going through there. And like I said, the validator nodes at the 21% with the 3-month cliff, 3-year linear vesting as you kind of progress forward. I really, of all the things that I've seen out there and all the discussions I've had with this team already, I just feel super confident and just really excited for them. I really do. And I think that this is such a genuine team that is completely doxed, really giving us real models of what they're looking at for revenue. And I think we're going to have success. I'm super excited. I think Avalanche is definitely going to be a center hub for a lot of the gaming for Web3, and Web3 gaming is going to be successful. It will be a thing. It will be the future. Okay. I think Solana has a good footing in gaming as well. I think Avalanche absolutely does as well. I'll leave these links down below for some of the articles that Avalanche wrote about Warp and the veterans in Warp that are really building this just great game publishing studio. So I want to know what you guys think down in the comments down below. I want you guys to jump into my Discord, ask questions so I can send it to the team as well, and let me know what you think. As always, stay warm, Wookiees.